it's Tammy, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas around here. And welcome to the 12 days of Christmas. I did this last year, and I think that I loved it, and I think that my subscribers liked it too. I thankfully have many more subscribers this year than I did last year, and I'm hoping that all of you love it this year as well. And what this means is that I make a card a day for the next 12 days, starting with today, which is December 1st, and it will go through December 12th. And I make 2 cards each day, one for me and one for one of you. So all you have to do to get a card is to be a subscriber and then leave a nice comment down below. I will randomly pick someone to win from every day, and I will usually pick the day of. So hopefully, at least that's my plan right now. So on December 1st, I will pick December 1st's winner, December 2nd winner, all of that. And I am pre-doing these because if I had to wait till December to get all of my December cards up, I would be going insane because I don't deal well with that. So I am pre-recording these just so you know, and they will all be posted, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So I hope that you guys like this as much as I do. Most of the things that I use are going to be Stampin' Up. Some of them may not be, but there is an equivalent at Stampin' Up if you are, purchasing something. And all of the supplies that I use that are Stampin' Up will be available in my shop, and it's open 24/7, and the link is down below. So let's go ahead and get started. This first card that we're going to use is going to use the Cookie Cutter Christmas. It's also going to use the Layering Circle Framelits and the Cookie Cutter Punch, or the Gingerbread Man Punch, whichever you'd like to call this. And this is just a really cute Christmas card, and I know that not everyone celebrates Christmas, so if you would prefer not to have this card, you don't have to comment on it, or you could send it to one of your friends that does celebrate Christmas or something like that. So this card is using Garden Green. It's also using some designer series paper from our This Christmas designer series pack. It's using Whisper White and Real Red, and this Whisper White as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to do is punch out a hole, I guess, for lack of better words, in both the designer series paper and the Garden Green. But I want this hole to be a little smaller than the green hole so that it will look like it's layered from the front. And to do this, I'm going to take my card, which is an A2 size card. All of the cards in this series are A2 size this year, and we are going to use the bone folder to make a crisp fold in the cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and do it with both cards because I'll be working with both at the same time. This is a good way for me too to also get my Christmas cards out. So I will send the cards to you in a way that you can reuse them if you'd like, or if you'd prefer to keep it for yourself, you can do that. It doesn't matter to me. And let's see, I want the Santa. I'm just going to use this one as an example. This is one of my tags that I just have pre-made. I want the Santa to fit inside this circle pretty easily. So let's see, I don't know which one of these is bigger, but I'll use the smaller of the two. So this one, because it looks like he fits nicely in there. So there's that. And then I want the layer. I think I'm going to do a scallop just because I think that will be fun. Oh, that one's not it. That one would fit, but it would be just a tight squeeze. Oh. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and do the bigger circle, and we'll just make it 2 circles. That will be just fine. So I need the designer series paper, and I need the green paper. I need my big shot. Some of my supplies are falling everywhere. Good grief. Tammy, I need to clean up my desk before I start a project like this. But it's so much fun, I will just get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom part of the, oh, what do you call this? What do you call this? The multi-purpose platform. I don't know what you call this, but you take the bottom piece and you take your green cardstock, and I'm just folding it over the top of this bottom piece so that it won't go through to the other side. I don't want to punch a hole through both sides of the card. So if I sandwich this between the two pieces of cardstock, I'm sure not to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this about where I want it, which is about in the middle, maybe a little high on the card, and I need to make sure I get the right one. I actually think right about there is about perfect. So then I'm going to take my top and I'm just going to roll this through. I think I am. And once it's gone through, if you want to roll it back, you can, or you can take it out. I usually just go forwards and backwards. Then it makes a nice hole in your page. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other sheet, just because I'm making two cards. So about the same spot. Alright, and then I'm done with that one, and I need the smaller one. And I need this designer series paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over the top again, and I'm going to put this, oh goodness, I think where I want it in the designer series paper. I'm folding it over, and then what I'm going to do is take a piece of Post-it note tape, put this down where I know I need it, I can get rid of the sandwiched part now, and then I just want to cut this hole out of the designer series paper. Now these two pieces should line up. Oh goodness, did I do it wrong? I did it wrong, didn't I? I do this. So I need the green to be the smaller one and this to be the bigger one. Oh my goodness, I do this and I don't mean to do this. So what I'm gonna do is cut this out the same size. So you know what I'm gonna do? We will make it work, even though it's not gonna be as pretty as I hoped. It will still be very nice. We're just gonna make them the same size. I screwed up. Goodness gracious. Erg. Happens to the best of us, I suppose. So I'm just going to line this up again as though it were on the front of this where I want it. Sorry guys, this is not the way to start off the card thing, is it? Okay, and that looks really cute just like that. So I think we're okay. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here in my head contemplating, should I just start this over again and just, you know, do it the right way and have it all the way it should be, since this is my first card and all of that. But instead, I think I'm really just going to leave it and just know that everyone makes mistakes and it's okay if you do. There's usually a way to fix a crafting mistake, even if it makes it not exactly what you had planned on the first time, but still cute nonetheless. So that's what we're going for today. And I wasn't going to use a post-it note, but I can see I really need to. I do that frequently when I'm trying to layer. I don't know why my mind works backwards with those, but like, I don't know. I thought for sure, I was confident this time that it was right. Shows you what I know, doesn't it? So those of you that know me know that I'm going to now put these die cuts away, because if I don't, I take the chance of losing them, and that scares me. So I keep them on these magnetic sheets, which I really like, especially as compared to the tape that holds them on when you first get them. That tape is so strong, and I feel like I'm going to bend them every time I go to use them. So this is fun. Alrighty. And I suppose you could do it this way too, but I kind of want to do it this way. So these are just scraps now. You can find something else to do with them. They'd make cute little ornaments. That would be a cute ornament. There's an idea. Okay, so now what we need to do is, I wasn't sure exactly how much room there would be here to put a little sentiment. So we're going to, I have this cut at 4 inches, and I have it cut at 4 by 2. But we're going to put it in here so that it will fit and won't stick up out of the hole like that. So I'm not exactly sure how much that is. I'm going to measure it, and then I will cut those down to size and put them there. So it looks like it's about, I think if I did 1.5 inches, that would be better. So they're cut at 2, so that means I need to cut 1/2 inch off. So it would be 4 inches by 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to use my ATG gun to put these on. You can use your snail if you have that instead. Well, Sometimes all you can do is laugh and say, you know what? It's crafting, it's card making, it's all good. And I'm just going to put this on the bottom of my card so that you can't see it from the front, but that I can still stamp a sentiment on here. And it kind of gives me an idea of where I can write. That way I won't be like writing all over the thing. And honestly, for me, if you want to know the truth, it's kind of nice to have something like this, because then I can't write a lot because there's not a lot of room. And sometimes I just don't know what to say. You'd think with all the talking I do, I'd be much better at that, but I'm not. So, let's see. Do we want Santa? Yeah. You could use any of these guys. I'm going to use Santa Claus. Just like Santa. Santa Claus. Okay, so I also need my, whatever that's called, block, and my spritzer, and I need it to be clean for my scrubber so I can get this started too. I put a few more than I usually do. I don't know exactly why, but usually it just takes a couple squirts and you're good. But this I just keep up to the side, that way I have it handy and I can use it. So I'm hoping to make more than one card today, so that will be all right. Goodness. Okay. I am going to take my Santa stamp and I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock and I'm going to stamp him a total of 4 times with enough room between him so that I can punch him out. Oh no. Well, there's 3. 4. And actually, while I have my stamp out, I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment too. So let's see, what are our choices? Warm, heartfelt greetings for a Merry Christmas. Have yourself a very Merry Christmas. Wishing you a season as sweet and joyful as the friendship we share. I like that one. So where are you? Wishing you a season as sweet and joyful as the friendship we share. And I'm going to just stamp this to the inside of the card over to the side so that I can still write a little minute of something on there. Okay, so now I'm going to color all of these Santas. Actually, I think I was going to put the sentiment on the front. Oh well, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so let's see. I want to use a pretty red. This is coral red. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good red. And I am just going to color good old Saint Nick's hat. And his suit. I love coloring. It is a stress reliever, kind of therapeutic. Now these are alcohol markers, and we could get in and, you know, like use lots of different colors and make them look really fancy and pretty, but I think I'm just going to do just a straight color and not worry too much about it. And if I get outside the lines a little bit, I think it's going to be okay. It's kind of nice when you get a handmade card, you know that somebody, you know, took the time to do it, and if it's not perfect, I think that's part of the charm. And I can tell you that these lights are super hot, so I need to wipe the sweat off my brow. Whew. If it was cooler outside, I would open my window, but I don't have the air on right now, but I don't have the heat on either. And it's probably, I don't know, 70 something outside, so Christmas, Santa Claus needs to hurry up. No, I'm teasing. So it's still fall, really, but I'm getting ready for Christmas. That's one of the things about being a crafter. Most of you guys probably know that you get ready for the seasons ahead of time. You know, I like to buy my gifts early, and I like to wrap and have everything ready to go early. I always wonder what color I should make as gloves, and then I usually end up making them black. I've seen them green before too, and I've seen them red, so I don't know. But I think I'm just going to go with black. He's a cutie. What is on your Christmas list this year? I don't really have much on my list. You know, my kids are older. I just want to have a nice Christmas with them and have some family time. And then I'm going to color his face in. I think I got his mustache. Oops. Oh my goodness, so sweaty. And then I'm going to take a little bit of pink. This is a rose pink. And I'm just going to touch his cheeks. Woo, that's brighter than I expected. Woo-wee, that's a lot brighter than I expected. I'll just try to blend that in some. This whole card I've been saying, this is crafting in real life. No kidding. What that really means is, my goodness, I messed up again. And I do have a blender pen that helps blend sometimes, so I'm going to see if I can get that pink to blend a little bit more. There it goes. And his mustache is just going to have to deal. That one's not so bad. But that is taking out some of the color of that pink, so that's nice. Yeah, that's way better. Way better. I am going to go over this one more time with this. I think the rest look all right. Okay, so now when you have those the way you want them, take your little punch, and we're going to punch each one of them out. I didn't take the paper out, so it gets all the little extras. We don't need those. We just want jolly old Saint Nick. And you could keep some of the extra parts and use those, like the hearts or something like that, if you want to. Well, one thing I did really well, I'm going to say, with this card was I spaced the Saint Nick well enough apart from each other that I could stamp or cut out all four of them without having an issue. So yay! That's a good thing. Oh, I forgot to do his belt, I just noticed. I actually just remembered when I saw this glue. That would be kind of cute if I did his belt in gold glue, but I'm not going to because I want it to be able to dry. So I think I'll use a goldish colored marker. One, two, three, four. Now you do need some thread for this, and I'm going to use our copper thread. You could use copper, you could use white. I think that whatever you want is fine. Black. I wouldn't buy anything specifically for this. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make a spinner card. So I want it to be able to go from the top to the bottom of the card. And I just need one piece of thread per card. So I'm just going to cut off 2 pieces that are about the same size. And they are very easy to lose. I have done that before too. So just know. But this is kind of cool stuff. I like it. Okay, so there's one piece. And here's one piece. And then what I'm going to do is, before I lose this, I'm going to put a piece of ATG down here and up here. And I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to put it from the top to the bottom, just like that, hopefully centered, so I'm not going to lose my thread. So I go from the top to the bottom, centered in the circle, Looks like I need to trim just a hair off of this one so that it won't stick off the card. So just like that. And then I'm going to find my Santas. Okay, here they are. And I'm going to take the Santa and I'm going to put ATG on him. And if you want to use some snail or if you want to use multi-purpose glue, I think I might use a little bit of all of it. This is not sticking. I gotta fix for that too, so that's okay. So you know what I'm gonna do to help make sure that my thread doesn't move is I'm just gonna take a regular piece of Scotch tape and cut it in two, just put it down here. And then I'll do the same for the top. Just to make sure that that bad boy is not going anywhere. And then, so my one that I have, I put ATG on him, so I'm going to stick him underneath here and I'm going to center him up and I'm going to put the thread down on him too. Then I'm taking my glue and I'm just dabbing it around. So making sure he's centered. And I'm going to sandwich one of these between, or I'm going to sandwich the thread between two of these Santas. And trust me, if it's not perfect, that's okay. You just want to try to do your best to get it so that it's pretty much in there. See how it sandwiches it like that? Oh, this is going to be so cute. Then I'm going to take my ATG and I'm just going to go around the designer series paper. And believe it or not, this is going to be a harder part to line this guy up with because the circles are the same size. Just be careful because you've already taped it, so it's kind of like, ugh. I just need to make sure I get it on the circle, because if it was different size, you'd be able to have a little bit of wiggle room in seeing it. But because these are the same size, it's not quite as easy. And what you do, this is called a spinner card, and you just turn it and get the twine or the thread so that it's all, I don't know, wound up. And then when you open the card, isn't that cute? It spins around. So how sweet is that? And then I was going to put a piece of cardstock here and put the sentiment on it, but I messed up. So we don't really need that, I suppose. I mean, it's cute just like this. So when you send it to someone, or if you have it yourself, you want to wind it up before you close it. That way when the next person opens it, they will get this sweet surprise. And you need to be careful not to pull too hard on it, or not to pull on it, because it's just string. It will pull out or it will break. So, you know, you just have to be careful and treat it as such. So this one is ready to go. I'm actually going to put it in an envelope right now. And I'm going to write on here with the pen. Where's one of my really fine pens? I want one of the really fine ones. So I'm going to put Santa spinning. And I'm going to put card 1. So one of you lucky winners will win this card. And it's ready to go. So, and this is open to international viewers. I don't think I said that before. So I don't care who wins. Whoever wins, wins. And I will contact you. I'll just reply to your comment. let you know that you won and ask you to please send me your address so that I can get the card out to the mail. And I will do my best to get them all mailed out like by the 15th of the month, so that you should have them hopefully before it gets to be not too late for you to send them. I could maybe send them out, I mean, as early as I choose them. So I don't know. I'm not going to tell you that I'll do that just in case I don't get to it, but especially for you United States folks that win, I could certainly do that. But I can't go to the post office every day, so I don't want to guarantee for the international viewers that you would get it as quickly. I've even thought about doing this series in November, thinking that because it's Christmas cards, that you guys may have wanted to go ahead and send your cards or whatnot. But then I want it to be in December because that's when Christmas is. So I don't know. You guys tell me what you'd prefer, and maybe next year I'll change it up. But as far as this year goes, oh, see what I mean? I did it so that it matches the circle, but then it doesn't match down here, and it's kind of a goofball. But I don't care. I'm leaving it. And this one will be the one that I'm sending out, so it will be perfectly fine. I'll send it to one of my crazy aunts, and they'll never know the difference. One of my crazy friends. So there we go. There is card number 1. I hope that you guys like it. I hope that it wasn't too confusing when I was messing up at the beginning, but this is real life crafting, and that's what I do. And you guys who have followed me forever, you know. So I appreciate all of you very much, and I hope that you see this as a little token of my appreciation. And good luck. I hope you win. Have a great day. Bye-bye.